Honestly, this vlog is because I've spent the morning with a dozen eggs. A dozen eggs cost me $4. I knew I had to practice boiling. I wanted to make some egg bites, and I wanted to make a meatloaf. I used to cook at least, once a week. When I moved out on my own, I was able to cook a chicken and put it in a crock pot and, make a mirepoix and do all the things that you had to do to make a chicken or to cook a chicken or to make chicken stock. I cannot tell you the most important thing that you can teach a 5 or 6-year-old is how to cook. It teaches them math, it teaches them chemistry, it teaches them a skill that will last them a lifetime. The fact that I haven't practiced cooking in I haven't practiced cooking in 6 years. Gosh, it has been a while. I haven't cooked for myself. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. Like, it's been 6 years. It has been 6 years that I've really had to like cook regularly and plan a meal and so forth. And so I thought there was a couple recipes I could easily do with eggs. A dozen eggs. A dozen eggs will make you cry. I couldn't find the meat that I wanted for the meatloaf. And I decided I'd finally get the 1-pound package, which was fine. I wasn't gonna make a ton. I mean, it's just me. I figured I'd make a dozen egg bites. That was not successful. Let's just say that was not successful. I either didn't follow the recipe properly or something. And I was going to make 6 dozen hard-boiled eggs, or six eggs hard-boiled. I have overcooked the hard-boiled eggs. The egg bites just were overcooked as well, and I think I have lost a baking pan because of it. And the meatloaf is it's cooked. It's cooked. It's just not, meatloaf. I mean, it's not what a meatloaf is, and that's okay. I'm going to have food for a while, obviously, but the fact that I don't practice it makes a ton of difference. And I used to be one of those kid chefs. My parents and I would always make pizzas. We always had homemade pizza bread, or we got pizza dough, and then we would make pizzas. And we were like pretty, ornate about it. I could always bake a cake. Always bake a cake. And I didn't use cake mixes until much later. The flour, the sugar, the leveling, the baking soda, the baking powder, the flavoring, the wet and the dry, and I always was able to bake a cake. I if I just had vegetables and scraps of cheese and an egg, I could make a casserole. I could make a casserole. and a can of, tomato soup or even, mushroom soup. I can make a casserole. Um, so being able to being able to cook, it teaches you one, the value of a meal. Two, what tools you use and what tools you don't use. I admit I forgot to use a fork to whip the eggs. I was using something else, but that still shouldn't have changed anything. I all of a sudden, was like, oh, I forgot to add seasoning. No. Knowing the temperature at which eggs cook at and how long they cook. Sincerely, $4 has just been spent, and maybe, if I had done a better job, quote unquote. I mean, I think, was it hard-boiled eggs go for $1 at the grocery store or the deli market that I see. Um, uh, those egg bites at Starbucks go for $4. And a meatloaf plate, wow. They can go for, $17 at a restaurant. I'm going to have to get some vegetables and so forth, and maybe some mashed potatoes. And I do have some mashed potatoes. But seriously, practicing what you know is so important. And this relates to why I returned to the office. In 2020, when we were not in the office, it was really starkly bad for me. I needed my commute. I needed to go someplace to work. I needed an interaction with people because I needed my social skills. I needed to understand, hey, this is what I'm dealing with, and this is what I don't deal with. I know so many people that are having such an anxiety attack coming back to the office, but also it's practicing your skills. How to resolve a situation on the phone, how to resolve a situation with a copier, how to fix a printer. That's it. That's all you gotta do. So we'll see. But anyway, here's another surprise Wednesday one for you.